situation. So who knows? Maybe this might be the game that they're looking for.
We'll find out if they can get that redemption for the Bane. Anyway, into the jungle they go as we jump into the land of Dawn. Game number 2 here in the best of 3. KSA looking to take us to a game 3. This looks very similar, right? Troll's movements here from game 1 as he makes his way to get some of that vision. And like we said, right, it is a few on that Fredrin. Going to be parking it into the mid lane. And Troll is going to force out that retribution there.
Good way of invading, getting vision early on, looking at all the emblems right now. Oh, hold that thought, Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan
being targeted by Havas.
Poked down quite a bit. You know, he did manage to get that purple buff. Of course, this is kind of what you can expect. He will go ahead and start up his orange. Again, looking at the emblems here, OSX, how's it looking?
Focusing mark still on Ogwin, still on to the way of using and utilizing how he would respond in invading, but in the side of KSA, we have the pokes, we have the Impurage present in Coffin. Back in the game number 1, he wants to keep on poking them in all of the things that he can do to drain out more resources of Team Philippines, but Kaltizi dropping HP there, but here comes Philippines to respond with a 3-member engage in the pit.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of back and forth right now, a lot of poking going on. I don't expect really much until that first turtle comes up in about 30 seconds here, unless they find some type of pick off once they hit that level 4. Again, you know, Tarzan having that, putting pressure here. Here comes Troll, though. Now the focus again, pushing Super Marco back. Want to get that extra gold, everything they can. They just got to be able to play around this. Deadly Catch going to be used too. Now Cuffin being the focus here. Kyle Teasy using the Tempest Blade. Still going to be looking, gets the Flicker out. Still on the hunt. Now Troll. Luckily it was there, but yeah, that is a Flicker burned. All this leading into that first turtle of the game.
Yeah, KSA focus on taking out the outer turret energy shields right away in the first 2 minutes of the game, giving it all to the gold lane, Lark. So something tells me they're maximizing up the fact that they need to step up on how he could have damage in terms of team fights. Because right now, we see Havas and Sanji here, still on the XP lane job as well. Now going on to the coverage here, nobody's taken a turtle yet, but Philippines is also securing how they could gain coverage if they want to make KSA move to take this first objective.
Okay, well, both teams getting situated here. First turtle. Troll now having the level 4, right? He's going to be looking to get that Way of the Dragon, but it's going to be a similar thing. Do you have the damage follow-up? Lark's going to be in trouble. Tempest Blades coming out with the Heart Guard. First blood going in the hands of Super Marco. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Do they have the answer? Troll and Cuffin a little bit late. Again, no one's starting up that turtle, but this might be Philippines' chance to go ahead and start it up. Still, pressure up here in the top lane.
Yeah, the focus is on the gold lane, delaying the damage of Lark to go in for the mid lane. The flicker on the Troll.
Troll going to go in with the Way of the Dragon. Should be able to find the kill. Oakwood can't get the flicker over the wall he was looking for. Will fall, going in the hands of Lark. Now still going to be looking for more. Turtle was secured. Xbox in trouble. On the run here. Should be able to sustain it, though. As he does. Meanwhile, on the top, Troll. What a Colt Altar. Few, though, will fall. Such timing from Cuffin.
No trade at all. Philippines trying to get in a chance of taking down Troll and a slither of health. It was so close in getting it, but that was the respect that we've seen that they don't want to attempt early on because they have Cuffin, they have a Brody, and they have a good way of soaking up more of the damage early game because this is their window. This is their way of like, we can still sustain the fight that we need more damage for Lark and as well as getting more kills. But the problem that they can actually have is how the map is being opened from time to time. Troll is more focused on the gold lane. There was one problem that we needed to address from game number 1. The vision was lacking, but if he had more way of like channeling through the coverage of the map here, they might gain momentum from that point that they did.
Yeah, and with that, both XP laners just kind of cutting those waves. They're going to be looking to join the team here. You can see a lot of focus. Here comes the Heart Guard once again. Sanji, though, on the run, does not have the ultimate available anymore. They're going to go under the turret here. 3 versus 1. Tempest Blaze is dropped. Tarzan trying to make his way here. Does he get there in time? Sanji will fall. Tarzan a little bit late now. Xbox on the run. Another pick off from Team Philippines.
Calculated jump right here from Kyle.
The macro playstyle, the macro game from Team Philippines is where they really shine. And that's why I said, you know, KSA in a way, they kind of have to hold on and deal with it in their own way, right? And if that means just finding wins where they can, even if that's just in economy, then, you know, go with it. And so far, relatively even, right, across the board in terms of gold. It's nothing too crazy. Same kills across the board, too. One thing, KSA has that turret also advantage a little bit there in the space. So now they can work, hopefully able to secure themselves a turtle here. Still going to go ahead and will down Few a little bit. Super Marco taking some damage too. Tarzan just trying to get in position here the best he can for the team.
I say KSA has good cover and hold. As you can see, all of the turrets still intact. Up in this game, that's the jump from Xbox.
Okay, goes in with Falling Star Moon. There's the knockups here. They're going to be in trouble. They don't have it available. Cuffin will fall. Still, Turtle going to be worked on. Tarzan secures it. So they trade a body for the objective. Still holding on, now trying to defend the mid lane. The damage is there also from Tarzan. Will he press the situation? Going to force Team Philippines back from there.
Wow, Uranus doing damage right on Few. Almost half HP. That the presence of this Uranus, not in by zoning out members of Team Philippines, we can count out more of the drain of even the EHP, connecting more of the passive through him. And with the Purify present in his hands, I mean, he can do anything.
Yeah, right now too, you can see that, right? Even how much patience Kyle TZ has to just steal things when he can, even if he's using that Retribution, right? Just like he did. He's also just picking up the Berserker's Fury. That's big for his spike here, the power spikes that are going to start happening into the mid-game as they get the pressure going, right? Sanji, once again, too, on this Uranus should be just fine, even if it's a 1 versus 3. This is the best thing that KSA did for their draft, too. They took that. Now Troll, once again, going to find Few here. Do they have the damage available to him? He is quite low. The Heart Guard comes through, but they finally get the kill. Colt Alter comes down as well, still putting the pressure. Another sniper shot lined up here. Sanji looking to cut them off, forcing them in with a Falling Star Moon. Still holding on. Xbox on the run. Nobody falling just yet for KSA. Quite tanky as well themselves. They back off.
Well, everything is happening. We have Kyle TZ taking down the first turret down bottom. Yes, they lost a few, but they had to trade something out of KSA, and that is the defenses now getting in with the waves. Looking at by just the items of KSA, they have more, or building up on sustain with the Steel Like this. We have 3 members. We have Troll as well as we have Tarzan. Looking at the damage output that, again, Kyle TZ can do, and Super Marco, they might want to sustain the fact that they can still live and not drain the Cult Altar so fast, because that was 3 members used all the ultimates onto Few. They drained it right away, and it gave so much window for them to take this turtle. But now Super Marco trapped.
Super Marco in trouble. Had the Heart Guard too. KSA making moves here in the mid lane. They do get the turret. They trade it for the turtle. Do they still want to fight here? It looks like Team Philippines does. Gonna commit to it. Few jumps in. Has to be careful though, calculating. They do back off because Super Marco's not there for the fight.
Even lead, even in the gold. KSA and Team Philippines, they might lose 1 member there. They trade with an objective that KSA that didn't utilize that much yet. So that was just the turtle, the last turtle of this game, and that was one way of looking at the damage here. Look at that. We have the Esmeralda rising on the leaderboard, almost 37,000. Now a fight might pull through here.
Comes Kyle TZ. Tempest Blade's going to be dropped here. Still going to be looking for more. Quite a few at half health. He commits to it. Here comes the Heart Guard. Troll goes in. Bobs and weaves. Can't get away though. Super Marco cleans up the kill. Tarzan is next. Cuffin a little bit too late here. Still going to be working on it. Has the backup. Here comes Xbox. Jumps in. Cuffin in trouble. 1 versus 4. Will finally go down into the tier 2.
Philippines setting up the surprise and attack. That is the threat of an invade with this kind of composition. Team KSA, Cuffin was too far in the mid lane, and he hasn't been in good time to reinforce that with a Cult Altar. So seeing the fact that that is their window, dividing the attention, taking Sanji out of the picture is one way of sustaining the team fight that we see against KSA.
Man, even Sanji taking quite a bit of damage on this Uranus, forced to pop the ultimate here. But ultimately still holding on to the tier 1. That's the best thing they can do for space right now as they lose one in the top lane. Super Marco whittling it down. They'll eventually lose this one in the mid as well. All leading in to that first Lord of the game here in about 10 seconds. Still going to be in trouble here. Troll going to get off the kick. Heart guard, though, just no follow-up damage available. Sustaining through it all, pushing him under the turret they go. As Troll falls, do they still want to fight it out? Tarzan trying to help the team. The sniper shots are going to be lined up here. Lord now up as well. As Philippines want to go ahead and grab it. They push them back. KSA in dire straits right now.
Pushing their backs onto the wall. KSA answering most of the threats Philippines has been setting up. 2-1-5 Kyle TZ ahead by 2-level EXP. Now this time around, they might be pushing for a defensive state instead of being more aggressive. If by just looking at their items being building up right now, in the side of case, we have the Dominance Ice, we have the Brute Force here. Most likely, the situation Sandy could sustain, but
Kyle TZ can go in with the 10th place. He gets the Cult Altar out. It gets a lot of resources out here from KSA. They're going to go back in, pushing them back. Super Marco landing up a shot, forcing KSA back here. All the meanwhile, they're waiting for the march here into the base. Again, the first Lord of the game here, still holding on. KSA down quite a bit of resources.
Yeah, speaking of resources, they need more items as well to cope up with the damage. As we can see, we have Lark here, we have the Malefic Roar, as well as Blade of Heptases. Well, he has the damage for his team, but one thing that they also need to do, if Sanji can't sustain that Tifa, he needs to have a suffice amount of magic damage that Cuffin could give. But as we can see, we only have the Clock of Destiny for this, again, the Faramis. So if you want to have more kind of a layer of burst damage up against Team Philippines, you need to have more way of coordinating that kind of attack.
It's again, it's going back to the fact that this sustainability, the shields, is so much to deal with. Even with KSA having some of the damage items already locked in here, they still need more time, right? 12 minutes in, Lord going to be charging up, should be able to make quick work of it, but they're going to force the situation. Xbox jumping in, Tempest of Blades followed with a Heart Guard. Under the crystal they go. Lord's still going to be up. One does fall, Xbox is down. Now they back off here once again. They lost the inhibitor turret. KSA still holding on.
They need more damage shot. They need more probable. They need to secure more. Oh, look at that. Half HP onto Cuffin. And just looking at the items here, he has the Lightning Truncheon. He has the Clock of Destiny just now. But the answer is, can it make it through or pierce through Philippines? But looking at this defense, we have the Fleeting Time and also the Ice Queen Wand over to Ogwin, as well as for Esmeralda. You have, look at that sustain. You have the Antikyras, you have the Oracle, you have the Dominance Ice. This is their eternal battle, but this time around, he has more edge of sustain, even with the pokes using and utilizing that Falling Storm right in for the side of the KSA.
I think that's one of the biggest things to deal with for KSA is that initiation pressure from Team Philippines is something to deal with because, you know, again, it's the Ling and the Angela combo, and you pair it up, now you have the Esmeralda to jump in on the team. So how do you deal with that for KSA? They have actually great items already on Lark, right? He's got pretty much what he needs, but it's more so about that positioning. Is he able to get the marks off? Is he able to capitalize on it with that torn apart memory? That's what's so hard because this lineup from Philippines is so mobile that you just have a hard time, and then, you know, after it's all done and said, you have Super Marco just kind of firing off shots or whatever, you know, whatever gun he decides to play with here on this Beatrix.
Yeah, 4-1-1 on Super Marco. 2 turrets left for KSA's base.
Oh,
initiation from Troll.
Troll going to go in again, not going to be able to find exactly what he wants. It's Xbox as he makes his way. Here comes Kyle TZ on the top side too. Lark grabbed a kill, but it's a hard guard combination once again. Tempest of Blades will follow up. Troll in trouble now too. Can't escape that one. Few will fall. It's a triple. Kyle TZ now going to be able to get away here. Sanji going to force him back alongside Cuffin. And now Ogwin and Kyle TZ taking the purple buff, all leading into that Lord now for the taking.
3-man down on to KSA. 3 deaths onto this Cho. And also they need more damage for Lark here. Another objective taken by Philippines and the purple taken away from KSA. And the damage leaderboard shows the 3 members of Philippines right now is rising through a scary situation for KSA.
See, that's where it's tough. You know, even looking at the damage leaderboard, it's for KSA, your biggest thing here is Lark. Allowing Lark to get those marks off, to get the damage out. Because, you know, Cuffin at this point too, even Tarzan, you're hoping that you can just sustain the fight a little bit longer with the Cult Altar. You know, your damage isn't going to be that great in comparison across the board. I mean, even Xbox here, he has so much damage built into his kit, and he's kind of a menace to deal with, right? Because he's so tanky in his own way. So then you pair that in with the shields. If he does get the hard guard, look at this, Guffin getting already whittled down here, has to go back, regen. Lord going to be worked on. Sandy trying to buy some time, has to regen as well. Popping that ultimate. Mid turret will go down. Lark picking up the Wind of Nature, going to be crucial here. Can they hold on a little bit longer? Lord finally goes down, one turret left. Team Philippines setting their eyes on it. It's just a couple hits away here. Base will be fully exposed. Kyle T's going to jump in. There's the hard guard. Tempest Blade combination, forcing him back. Turret will go down. Deadliest Catch, though, keeps them at bay for now, despite the exposed base.
3 ultimates used by KSA. 3 waves pushing through. They might still need to clear this path if they want to defend more, but they will need this Lord for a push. They have been struggling early game, but there's a call here for Troll. Using the Conceal, might be seeing a potential way of like isolating a member out of Team Philippines. Look at the base. Wave pushing through up top.
Given that'd be a risky maneuver, right? You're using the Conceal, you're looking for some action. You're 10K gold behind, though. You're hoping that you can get a win somewhere, I guess, but you know, who do you even focus on if you're Troll? Who do you try to kick here? Few, though, gonna cut them off. Here comes Kyle Teasy again with the heart guard, and it's a disaster for KSA. They're gonna get collapsed on. Tempest Blade's gonna come down, looking for the cleanup. Pushed back with the Deadliest Catch. They don't have any minions just yet to push in. KSA still on the defense, holding it together. Few, though, goes in. Tarzan will fall. KSA still in it on this defense. 16 minutes, 17 minutes into the game. Pushing them back.
Minions
now making their way. This could be it. Down 2 members, doing the best. Cold Altar used. Hard guard once again available. Gonna get kicked here by Troll. Cuffin falls. Crystal gonna be worked on. Philippines looking for the sweep, and they get it.
A total of 6 points right on to IESF. Philippines now in lead with Mongolia.